I'm back in Krabi now after my trip to Pullaway, and the first dive today is on Anemone Reef. It's one of Krabi's best known dive sites. It's an enormous pinnacle that rises from about 30 metres to within 5 metres of the surface, and it's covered in all different kinds of anemones, and it's actually this reef that caused the sinking of nearby King Cruiser wreck. There's a large car ferry that ran into the reef en route between Phi Phi and Phuket. First critter of the day is this guy. It's a kind of crab. It's called a hermit crab. It's a soft shell crab, and what they do is move into any kind of abandoned shell they can find. You'll find them in all different kinds of shells, and as they grow older and larger, they move from one shell to another. This guy's already quite old. He's very large. I filmed him a little bit later on in the dive here. He's moved up a little bit shallower. You can see the sun on him and still just looking for things to eat. You can see him shoveling food frantically into his mouth there. This is a black spot pufferfish, and like many fish, when they're concentrated on feeding, that is often the best time to film them. He's normally very shy and very difficult to film. You can see here now he's noticed me, he's had a good long look at me, and he's decided that probably he might just move away. This is one of the many large Gorgonian sea fans that you find on the deeper sections of Anemone Reef, and as I move in for a close look at what's inside, we come across this guy. He is a tiger tail seahorse. These tiger tail seahorses are reasonably common on the reefs around Krabi, but they're very difficult to film. Normally you find them just tucked away, you can only see the tail or the eye, but this guy's right out in the open. He's called a tiger tail seahorse because they normally always have a striped orange coloration on their tail. And you can see there where he's moving the flaps on the top of his head, those are where his gills are, so he's actually moving water across his gills. And the last thing I filmed today is this guy. He's a Nudibranch, and anyone familiar with Nudibranchs will know that Nudibranch is Latin for naked gills, and you can see the gills waving around there at the rear of the body, and those are the antennae at the front. And the common name for this guy, at least in Thailand, is a fried egg Nudibranch, and I think I don't need to explain why he's got that name. It's called Anemone Reef. It's a beautiful dive site. You get there from either Phuket, Krabi or Koh Phi Phi.